Hello, everyone. Friday. Okay, so it's Friday. It's 5 o'clock, and it's crackerjack. Can anybody remember that? I think I'm a bit too old. 53, and every Friday in the UK at 5 o'clock, we used to have it's Friday. It's crackerjack time, and that was a big thing. But anyway, this is the quick Friday update on what's been going on in the world of Meet Magic this week. It's been kind of a crazy week. For anybody that went to the Gartner conference at the Hilton, I stuck my head in down there, and just not to go into the conference, just to have a chat with some of the people around there. And what I'm discovering, and if you're all discovering the same thing, I mean, there seems to be a lot of people that are in denial about it. A lot of executives that go to these conferences do not like to go into the vendor room. It is as simple as that. And I asked 4 or 5 of them down there, have you been into the vendor room? And they all gave me the same response. No, I'm not going in there because we're going to get smashed with emails and stuff. And when I heard this, it's almost telling us what we've done building this platform is the right thing to do, which I'm going to show you the platform in a minute again, because every week I want to keep showing you the updates. But this feeling that these executives are having is not just resigned to me or to the things that we're doing. In fact, I don't know if I can share my screen here. Let me see if I've got a button that I can press. I can present. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and I want you to see what I'm seeing and what I'm reading, because there's no denying what is happening out there in the market. Now, this is the Financial Review. Okay, this is an article sponsored by LinkedIn. This is a story about how selling has changed. Okay, they're saying that the whole cold calling thing is a thing of the past. It's a problem, and hybrid work has changed a lot of the things, right? So people are working from home a lot, whatever. So check out this one stat here. 72% of buyers now prefer a sales rep free experience, according to Gartner Group. Now, sorry, Jeff, I can't call you later. Help me understand that. Whilst you have these events happening and the execs saying they're not going into the room, and yet Gartner themselves are saying that 72% of buyers now prefer a sales rep free experience. This is kind of crazy when you think about this, right? So it comes down to now what the effective habits of salespeople, how are you going to get these meetings when the execs do not want to actually meet with them? And it's not just them. This is the future of B2B sales from McKinsey. This is a report that says 83% of execs prefer a digital first experience. Now, you can go and read this yourself. This is not just me saying it. So I'm not putting shit on anybody and calling it out. I'm telling you, this is what's happening out there. Now, when you think about all this digital first experience, digital selling, and all the things that they're talking about here, it comes down to one thing. The execs are sick and tired of being harassed and stalked by salespeople. And automation has caused a hell of a lot of that. So I think one of the things that's going to have to happen is there's going to have to be a shift in the mindsets of the salespeople and the way they go about chasing their business. And one of the things that we've done here at Meet Magic is we've made it very, very easy. Hey, Paul Keane, look, you're on the leaderboard. We've made it very, very easy for people to actually get on board, sign up. And basically what you're doing is you're signing up for a time. We match you for a general networking and discussions with mutual value. And the best outcomes happen when there's no agenda. So you turn up, have a conversation. Often, I think if you play it safe, you never take risks. You only make obvious matches. You'll never really have an amazing experience. But what we've done is we've created this way of matching people based on certain criteria. So you can literally, I'll show you right now. You can log in, click the login button, or you can sign up, whichever. If you're new to us, you're new to Meet Magic, just click in and join with your LinkedIn or your Google or if you're already on board with us, you can just literally click on your Google. I'm going to sign in with my salesperson's account because I'm hoping everyone can see this. This is my Coffee 30 account. Straight in, and here we can see I've got some matches. So I've been matched with a few new people, a few new execs based on my criteria. I can type a message to that executive if I want to. If I've got some tokens in the system here, I can send that request off and send it, and that'll go to Pav. Pav will get that message, and we'll give him a few days to respond. But this is the platform. We've put some podcasts on here on how to engage with senior leaders, some CEOs of banks and so on here that you can talk to, have a listen to, and actually learn how to engage with them. All your new matches will come up every day. You'll get some new ones, and then when the executive sends you a time, that'll appear in your up and coming meetings here. And let's say it's the 22nd of May. You click on the video. Very, very simple, and you join the meeting. It's that simple. So we've made a place for you to come on board, have a chat, get matched, and then go straight into a meeting platform where you can do it all. And once you've had the meeting, of course, we say thank you because we give some money to charity on behalf of the executive. So very, very cool. So we keep a track of all of those meetings that's happened up here, so you can see the impact that you've made, how much money's gone to charity, etc. And this, I'll sign out. And I'll sign it right back in with my executive account. Deepesh, you've done a great job of this. Look how smooth it is. So good. So good. So this is the new digital experience that we're talking about that you need to get used to having. This is an executive's perspective. So the executive has received some requests. So they don't have matches, they have requests. And you can see here, Christine, Vicky sent me one, and she's wrote something here about what we'd like to talk about. So I've read that as an exec, and I've gone, yeah, that's really interesting to me. I'm going to suggest that we meet with Vicky at 12:30 p.m. on the 26th of June. Okay, and we'll put some guests in there if you want to, or whatever. So this is my account here as an executive. So if I send this suggestion off, this is now going to automatically populate the calendar invite and also put it. So look at the 26th of June, 12:30, send that request off. That meeting is now being set up by all the things that we do at the back end. Everyone gets the responses in there. You can see that the notification's already come in for me. I can hear it. There's the acceptance. And if I go into, this is my meetmagic account. If I go into look at the date, 26th of June. If I go into my meetmagic calendar and look at the 26th of June, May, June, 26, there it is. There's my calendar invite, straight away, automatically done. So we've actually matched somebody together, we've accepted a meeting. So all of a sudden, we've taken all of that messing around backwards and forwards, all of that email has disappeared. So all the noise that the exec's getting from the vendors, so we've cut all that out. So that's a point number one of the problems that we're solving is eliminating a lot of that noise. So the executive gets to basically say when they want to meet on their terms, on their time. And then of course, all they have to do once that day comes around, the 22nd of May comes around, there it is in the platform, June, sorry, it's automatically in the platform, 26th of June. There we go, Vicky Stevens, you can see it. So we're keeping a track of all these meetings that you're having. You've got up and coming requests, up and coming meetings, completed meetings. So all the meetings that you've had with vendors already. And one of the things we're doing next week is adding a capability for the executives to see which vendors are on here, so they can actually go and select, pick a vendor and request that vendor come and have a chat with them. So one of the things we've been noticing over the past couple of weeks is a lot of execs have got projects that they want to go and talk to certain vendors. And so we're going to make it very, very easy for them to do that. And you will notice one of the things here is a community button. Now, what we've built with meetmagic is very exciting because it's not just a marketplace. We've built a marketplace which is really morphing into what we call a market network. And that's a combination of a marketplace and a social network. So this community button here that you'll see for the executives, they will be able to log on, see their meeting requests, accept those meeting requests, decline them, whatever they want to do with them, if they want to meet with them on their terms when they're ready. And then they'll be able to drop into a community pod. We're calling it the Magic Circle. You'll be able to drop into the Magic Circle and communicate with all of the other executives. Because we know a lot of the execs go to the conferences to network with their peers. So we're going to bring all that together for the execs. So once you're in the group, once you're in the meeting, you can go and connect with all the other execs that are on there. There's about 1,000, I think, in the group already, which leads me to the update for the week. I wanted to just give a quick shout out to a vendor of ours, SnapLogic. So James and the team, they do an amazing job. Now, I'll tell you a little quick story about SnapLogic. We had a CIO in New Zealand that called me and said she's pulling her hair out. The company's acquired lots of different companies, and they've got to a point where they've got multiple cloud instances, they've got multiple SaaS products and SaaS platforms, and they want to bring them all together because they're not integrated. And she didn't know how to do this. There was a lot of work in the background that needed to happen. I connected them with SnapLogic, and they integrated the whole thing and made it all simple for her. So if you've got any integration issues, any automation issues, or anything that you're battling with at the moment, have a look at SnapLogic. They solve problems in a really simple way, and it's not expensive. So have a look at that. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen and come back to the platform, because I also want to give a quick shout out to these execs who have joined us this week. So Alan from Singapore, James, the director of Macquarie Group, Lena, the head of delivery over at Tyro Payments. Big shout out to Paul Keane again. I love Tyro Payments now, one of my favorite companies. Shyam, head of delivery from BNP. David from the CIO of Origin Youth Health, and Christine Kennedy, the transformation exec from Deloitte. So thank you for joining us. We're very, very grateful that you've come on board. You'll be getting some meetings, no doubt, scheduled in the diary in the near coming future. And that's really it. Quick 10-minute update. I'm hoping this live worked and it didn't cause too many issues. So if you're ready to join the meetmagic crowd, hop on to meetmagic.org and register. And it's a very, very simple process. We'll check your application, and once you're in, you're in. And I think one of the things that's really happening for me, which is really exciting, is that we're having these discussions now more around people. Sure, we're a tech company. Sure, there's some changes in our ecosystem, I think, that are happening, which are really exciting. But the conversations when I first started this, it was really hard to get people to come on board and do it. So those conversations were no in the beginning. And I remember a lot of the execs that we got on board said no in the beginning. But now that conversation seems to have shifted to more of an open-mindedness, which for me says, the team, Vicky, Rebecca, Priyanka, and everybody else, Dipesh, Christine, they've done an amazing job at removing the blockers bit by bit. And so now the conversation has gone from that to value add to how do we get involved. And there's a lot of positive sides to these meetings, not just about the new connections that you can make and the new relationships that you're building, but you feel good about these meetings because you've just done some good. And this is when you go to work, you want to have a meeting that feels good. And all of these meetings feel good. You feel amplified because you've had a communication that's human. And even though it's a digital experience, you've had a great experience because you've come together for great conversations. As an exec, you want to keep up to date with tech anyway. You have to do that because if you don't, you're going to fall behind. So this is a great way for you to stay up to date with the latest thinking and meet somebody new. Do it over. You can do it from home. You save your travel, save traveling to the city or whatever. So there's a whole lot of side benefits that come from having these meetings, and we're trying to scale this to 10,000 now. We're on the road to get 10,000 execs signed up. We've got a new global ambassador, Rory Sutherland, who's the chairman of Ogilvy. He's agreed to be our chief evangelist. You might remember when Canva, when Cliff and Mel got their chief evangelist on board, they popped off and went skyrocketing. So we're hoping that's going to do the same thing for us. Rory is the godfather of advertising. If you've not seen any of his stuff, just go on the meetmagic homepage, meetmagic.org, scroll right to the bottom, and you'll see a video from Rory explaining what he thinks the meetmagic thing is, which I think is a beautiful way that he puts it. He's a behavioral scientist really at heart, and I'm sure he's going to add so much value to what we're doing. So there it is, digital human first experiences right here. Have a good weekend. Hope you lot in the UK have a great weekend. Today, tomorrow is Nottingham Forest's final day, final game at home against Arsenal. And as we used to say in the 1980s, my prediction is Nottingham Forest 1, Ars 0. Have a good weekend, everyone. Cheers.